5 behind-the-scenes shocking facts about Bullet Train. Hey guys, today we're going to list 5 behind-the-scenes shocking facts about Bullet Train. Let's get right into it. Number 1. Reading the script lifted Brad Pitt's spirits during the 2020 lockdown. Everyone, including Brad Pitt, had a difficult year in 2020. During the press tour for Bullet Train, Pitt discussed the film's script as a source of hope during an otherwise depressing period in history. Pitt recalled, "It was that point in the lockdown, I think after summer, as we were approaching fall, it was 4 months or 5 months in. People were going stir-crazy." He then added, "There was almost a feeling of depression, like a worldwide depression in the air or something. I read this script and I said, that's the salve we need right now. That's what I want to see." So we were off and running, and we had to run pretty quick. On the surface, Bullet Train does not appear to be a morale booster. It's bloodthirsty, dark and vengeful. At its heart, however, it is a thread of wit and heart, thanks to David Leitch's direction, which balances the film's sinister surface. The pandemic was still going strong as Bullet Train went into production. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Brian Tyree Henry discussed the level of trust that was required among the cast and crew to follow COVID protocols and stay safe even when they weren't on set. Because vaccinations are not yet widely available, any lapse in adherence that results in a COVID outbreak could not only cause production delays but also jeopardize the safety of others. Number 2. The set emulated a real train ride. As an audience member, it can be difficult to tell which parts of a film were shot on location, which scenes were created using computer-generated technology, and which were created using a combination of both. When watching Bullet Train, the train ride appears to be realistic, but the crew couldn't have shot the entire film on a moving locomotive, right? Sort of, is the answer. The crew built physical sets for each of the movie's interior train compartments. These sets were then positioned in front of massive LED screens that displayed a view of Japan from the train's windows. As impressive as this is on its own, adding another layer of authenticity raised the bar. Given how fast the train moves, filmmakers could have used a shaky animation of a train ride through Japan as the footage on the LED screen and no one would have known the difference. Or at the very least, viewers would understand the reasoning behind the decision. Instead, the Bullet Train crew went the extra mile, or more accurately, the extra 231 miles, the distance between Tokyo and Kyoto. The footage seen through the window is from a real train ride between the two cities, which David Leitch directed remotely via WhatsApp, guiding the second unit crew in the middle of the night in the United States. Number 3. The director of Bullet Train has a unique connection to Brad Pitt. Director David Leitch and actor Brad Pitt collaborated on Bullet Train for the second time. Pitt told BBC Radio that their first collaboration was in the 1999 film Fight Club, where Leitch served as Pitt's stunt double. A look at Leitch's filmography reveals other projects where Leitch continued to fill in for Pitt during dangerous or action-packed sequences, such as Spy Game, Ocean's 11, Troy, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. As Leitch began directing feature films, his friendship with Pitt led to the actor making a cameo in Deadpool 2, which Leitch directed. Pitt appears briefly as the audience witnesses him being electrocuted after a botched skydive. In fact, Deadpool 2, a David Leitch film starring Ryan Reynolds, with a cameo from Brad Pitt, would become the inverse of Bullet Train, a David Leitch film starring Brad Pitt with a cameo from Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds makes a fleeting appearance in Bullet Train as the surprise identity of Carver, Ladybug's co-worker. Number 4. Bad Bunny's casting informed the Wolf character's arc. In Bullet Train, Benito Martinez Ocasio, aka rapper Bad Bunny, plays the Wolf, who loses most of his family, including his wife, at his wedding reception for reasons unknown to him at the time. The Wolf is on the hunt for his family's murderer, who he mistakenly believes is Ladybug. The character had a slightly different backstory before Ocasio got the job. Director David Leitch told Entertainment Weekly, "I originally saw the Wolf as a more grizzled, older guy. It was old love lost," before adding, "Then I met Benito, and the bells just went off. This is fun. This is a fresh first love that might be more tragic. We had a great conversation." Number 5. 2 actors had a special symbol of their characters' relationship. Lemon and Tangerine are both brothers played by Brian Tyree Henry and Aaron Taylor Johnson. The briefcase that everyone wants is initially in their possession as the train ride begins, and they are furious when it goes missing. As the film progresses, the audience learns more about the personalities of these 2 very different characters and how they complement one another as brothers and professionals in their field. Lemon is in touch with his nostalgic side, with a particular fondness for the children's show, Thomas and Friends, whereas Tangerine is all business and no fluff. Taylor Johnson brought a lemon tree to the set of Bullet Train and placed it between his and Henry's trailers as a symbol of their character's goodwill and in homage to his fictional brother's name. The actors made it their mission to keep the tree alive throughout the shoot, which they accomplished in order to pay homage to the ebb and flow of their character's brotherly relationship. Director David Leitch currently has possession of the tree. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.